Hi, my name is Alessandro Gangelosi and that's a video tutorial coming from cgcookie.com for Max Cookie. This time I like to start a really interesting tip tutorial series, and I can call it 3ds Max 2013 sneak peek series, because as you see I'm using 3ds Max, the new release, and I like to make some little tutorial to see some new features that are really useful, and we'll do also some bigger tutorial to see more complex feature we have in 3ds Max now. The first sneak peek is something related to the user interface, and I like to talk about two features. The first one is the isolation button. We have a new isolation mode in 3ds Max, and that means that if I have, first of all, you see that now we have a gradient there inside the perspective on the back. As you see, it's something like the same we have, for example, in Mutebox, and we'll see in another tutorial how to tune it and how to work with it. We have a lot of new interesting things inside the new version, and that's something related to the new isolation mode. You know that inside 3ds Max, to make the isolation, you have to go inside the tool and use the isolate selection or the shortcut Alt and Q. Now we have a new version of the isolation that is for me really useful, and that's a button, and I mean this one. So you see I can select a mesh, click on the isolation, and you see that now I'm working on the isolation on these objects, and then I can go back just clicking over the button. That's really useful, and that's really fast, better than the previous teeny panel that you have to move around the screen, and that can be really annoying thing. Obviously you can use the shortcut Alt key Q to use the isolation as the previous, but now you have the possibility to use just this button. And that's the first thing I like to see with you. The second thing related to the user interface is this bar there. This bar is something related to the new user interface working. It is under working by Autodesk. And that's really interesting because it gives us the possibility to store the layout of the viewport. So you see, for example, if you go in a viewport layout, we have there an icon with a name, and that's the basic with 4 viewport. Let's think about to go, for example, there and say that we like to create a new viewport layout when we have the perspective. So we press there, and you see that you have the possibility to have a new one. So we can have, for example, let's say this one. So you see that now we have a new button there. Let's say that we like to have the 4 viewport there, and then, for example, we like to have this one there, and let's think about to have another one, for example, this one, and then we can think, for example, for the moment, to have the this configuration. Okay, you see that we have the possibility to go just over one and the other and to switch from the viewport, and that's really interesting. And then you see that we can press the right mouse button over the button, for example this one, and we have the name, and we can say single perspective. Okay, and you see that now this one has the name we set, and this one, for example, can be set as animation. And we have also the possibility, you see, to delete the tab or save the configuration as a preset. So we can save this one, and this one will be a preset for all the viewports we like to use. This one can be named 4 view layout, and that's a simple way to work with it. And then you can, for example, set there, let's go for an extended viewport, and let's say that we'll use the track view. So we'll have there the animation, for example, and there the perspective in shaded mode. That's for example, and you see that now we have this one set, and there we can have this one, and there for example we can think about to have extended, and we can have a scene explorer, and we can work in this way. So for example there we can have this kind of configuration. So you know that there we have the animation, there we have the selection too, there we have the perspective in realistic mode, and there for example we can have another series of tool. We can think about to have there for example let's say a schematic there, and there maybe we can have for example an active shade, and there we can have the perspective. So you see it's really interesting because we have the possibility to customize 3ds Max as we like, and we can have all the style layout directly there, and we can do a lot of things. Obviously you can also move to this one, for example, on the other side to customize the interface. So this was just a little sneak peek. So for the moment that's all, and I hope to see you back on Max Cookie to check for new tutorial coming from cgcookie.com. Bye.